understood the importance of information, dedicating a whole chapter to its procurement in the art of war. Through the use of secret agents and the romance of three kingdoms, from this point up to the actual battle, Jow Yu and Sao Sao would employ deception and secret agents to set the stage for their victory. It begins with Jow Yu's decision to go assess and analyze the strength of the enemy's encampment. To know his enemy surprised at the competence, he asked which officers are in charge of the naval force, to which Sao Sao and Jiang Gan, natives of the Southland, are named Sao Sao. Meanwhile, it sent Jiang Gan, an old friend of Jow Yu, to persuade him to defect using a falsified document. Jow Yu tricks Jiang Gan into believing that the two Southland naval officers in South service were planning to defect his head. This led to Sao Sao into ordering their execution. Now Sun Tzu doesn't specifically speak of deposing enemy officers through subterfuge, but he does address the qualities of a good general and how their skill can determine victory or defeat. So the value of their loss can be inferred. Jiang Gan in this context plays the role of Sun Tzu's double and expendable agent, though unbeknownst to him is his employment by Jow Yu. As Sun Tzu states, all warfare is based on deception. This back and forth continue between the two forces, with Zhang and He feigning affection to the south, while Hungai and Pangon feigned affection to the north. With the preparations between the two finalized for battle, we now see the problem of asymmetrical reclamation under Pang Tong's deceitful instruction. Sao Sao's boats were tied together, effectively turning his weak naval force into his known strong land force. He was also under the impression that his defectors went unnoticed and believed that Hungai's defection was sincere. Jow Yu, on the other hand, made sure the two foreign agents in his camp were unaware of the preparations for the fire attack. He would embody the art of war as a general, should be capable of keeping his officers and men in ignorance of his plans, and in so doing kept the enemy from knowing his plans. Jow Yu would trump Sao Sao in this battle of information, and subsequently would also emerge as the victor in this battle. In Sun Tzu's words, the worthy generals who are able to use the agents are certain to achieve great things. Secret operations are essential in war, upon them the army relies to make its every move. In the novel, just before preparations were made to initiate the fire attack on Sao Sao's navy, Jow Yu was perplexed as how to engage in such an attack, since the wind would carry the fire back on his own boats. Kong Ming offers his assistance to provide an eastern wind. Sun Tzu dedicates a chapter to fire attacks, and in it Jow Yu's worry is expressed. When fires are raised up wind, do not attack from downwind. The translator also mentions that the text infers a warning not to be cooked by one's own fire. However, with the easterly wind assured and Sao Sao having linked his navy together, Hungai's success would be assured in his deceptive fire attack, forcing the rotted Sao Sao to retreat. The Battle of Red Cliffs embodies many points made in Sun Tzu's art of war. With Jow Yu's skillful implementation of these strategies, he led the Southland to victory. It shows how complex warfare is, and infers that in war, numbers alone confer no absolute advantage.